Hey everyone, this is John. I want to just show you a trade I've been doing today on Amazon, and it's also kind of a good lesson on options for buying and selling and everything like that. And what I've done here is you can see I am long the May 185 calls. Now I did this today. I didn't miraculously buy them yesterday in the hopes that Amazon would be up 10 points today. So this was a day trade, okay? And then I timed it where I could sell the April 195s, okay? So I'd actually like to keep the May calls for a couple of days, and these of course expire on Friday. Today's Tuesday. So let's look at the chart. Well, here's what I have right now, and I've kind of scaled out of this a little bit. So I actually started off this morning and I bought 100 calls, and it was like at $8.50, and then I scaled out, sold half, and then when I had 50 left, I then sold 100 of the April 195 calls. All right, so now let's go to the charts, and I'll just kind of show you my strategy behind this. And I've kind of talked about this gamma explosion thing, right? So here's Amazon, so we'll focus on this chart here. In fact, we'll just get rid of the corn chart. So let's back up here a little bit. Okay, here we go. So first of all, where did I get it this morning? Okay, I did not buy it here by any stretch of the imagination. What I did is I waited for the first squeeze, which was here, so around 189.55, and at that point I bought 100 of the 185 calls, all right? And then we popped up, we broke new highs, and at that point I sold half, okay? And I moved my stop to break even. Then what I was wanting to do is I did want to sell some of the April calls, all right? Now at this next squeeze, what I did is I did not buy more options. This is what I did is I waited for the squeeze, it fired off, and then I waited for it for the momentum to roll over, and that's when I stepped in and sold the 195s. Okay, now this is a little trickier. Let's come back over here and look at this trade now. So what I'm looking at here, this is what I call kind of a gamma explosion. What happens on these weeklies is that when Amazon went from 192 and spiked up to close to 195. These went from 60 cents to $2 and something. All right, I think I sold these at $2.02. So what I want to do now, so my strategy now is twofold. First of all, I'm not going to hold 100 overnight because I've only got 50 as a hedge, right? What I'm looking at doing here is that we've got the big spike up here, and I'm looking for Amazon to sell off, maybe back to the bottom of these bands, but to sell off a little bit here. In fact, we're actually at a good level to do this. We're losing steam here on these things, and you can see these things are dropping like flies right now. The premium expanded, it's out of the money, and now that the stock's going the other way, it's collapsing. Okay, so my goal with this now is to actually then close out half of these, and then I'll hold this vertical into Friday. All right, so hopefully that all makes sense. In fact, let's go ahead and close half of these now. So we don't want to buy 100 of them. Let's buy 50 back. $1.60. I sold them at $2.02, so that's nice. And we are out. Yes. Okay. Now I've got a perfect vertical in place. All right. So hopefully that made sense, but this is something where, different strategies like this. I mean, I think the biggest mistake I see people make in regards to trading options is that, they always think like, oh, you got to hold stuff to expiration, and you don't. You can kind of go back and forth. You can use these tools for, kind of adding on, legging in and legging out of different options. And this is one of my favorite strategies right here, is where if you're going to do a vertical, you get in long for the squeeze, and then when the squeeze fires off, then you sell. All right, and then you can sell. The option. Instead of placing it a vertical on here, you go directionally, boom, and then here you do that. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions on it, of course, just let me know, but just kind of wanted to show you that one. All right, that's what I got for today. You guys have good trading, and we'll see you at the next update.